guys, welcome to this video lesson on how to play the guitar. We're going to be working on lots of different chords in this lesson. So what I would do first of all is make sure the guitar is in tune, and I will do a separate lesson on how to do this, so make sure you've worked through that first. Okay, so for this lesson you're going to need a guitar, you may need a plectrum, you may also need a sponge. Okay, so see if you can raid your kitchen for one of these. I'll show you what to do with that shortly. Generally when we play the guitar, we play with downstrokes and upstrokes, and we can also play riffs and melodies. What we're going to be doing is showing you how to play some easy guitar chords, but also later on we're going to be trying to develop you playing them using the full versions of the chords. So if you've done a bit of guitar already, what I suggest you do is you can actually jump a little bit ahead into the video. The first chord that we're going to do today is we're going to look at the E minor. Now, when we look at guitar chords, if you look up on the screen here, you'll see there's sort of two ways that you will see your guitar chord. At the top of the screen over here, you'll see this is how guitar chords are normally displayed. However, when you look down at your guitar, you're going to be looking down the neck. You are going to be looking at it from this angle. So this is what E minor looks like from your viewpoint. Okay. So if you already know how to play E minor, it's all you need to do is put your second and third finger on the A and the D string. Okay. If you want to make things a little bit easier, what you can do is you can use the sponge, okay, and you can just slot that underneath the E, and D strings, okay, and those strings are the thick strings at the top of the guitar, okay. So if you look over here, what that should look like is over here, okay. So this is going to mute those strings. Okay, if you know how to play E minor, you don't need to use the sponge. Okay. So to play E minor, what you're going to do is you're going to use your two fingers on the two strings there, which is on the second fret. And we're going to do some strumming patterns today. So I'll just give you a few minutes to get that into place. So when we play the guitar, we are going to use downstrokes and upstrokes. So when we play down, we're going to play down to the floor like this. Okay. If you've got your sponge in, you don't need to strum all those strings. You can just strum here. If you are not using the sponge, it will sound like this. Okay, so join in with me now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you'll see that when I was strumming there, I was also counting the ands in between the numbers. That's going to help us when we move to our upstroke. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play upstrokes, which are going to come up towards my chin. Okay, again, you can keep the sponge in if you're playing with the sponge. Okay, the sponge will help you later on when we do other chords. You don't need to do anything with your left hand, so you can go. Okay. Okay, now when we do upstrokes, what we're going to do is we're going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we're going to play on the ands on the way up. I'm still going to count my 1, 2, 3, 4, but I'm going to count that a little bit more quietly. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Join in with me. Join awesome. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to mix those two patterns together. So we're going to go down, up, down, down, up, down, which is 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Okay, and if you haven't got a sponge in, it may sound a bit more like this. Awesome. So let's try and do some patterns in time with a metronome. Okay, so we're just going to do this one on the top right first. If I can find my mouse, here it is. Okay, cool. So go back one. Sorry about that. Okay, not much should happen here. Okay, so we're going to go down, 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 and then 1, 2, 3. Let's just do the top one on the right first. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. So the next one we are going to go play on 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to rest on beat 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You notice I'm muting the strings there with my right hand on beat 4. You can let it ring if you want. 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay, let's take this a little bit further now. We're now going to do some mixtures of patterns. What we're going to do first of all is we're just going to play through them and then we're going to play that along with some music. So let's just do the one on the top left over here. Okay, so we're going to, we don't need to do that one because we've just done it. Let's go down and do the one underneath that, which is on beats 1 and 2. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. Great. Okay. Moving underneath that one, we're going to play on beat 1 and beat 4. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Okay, great. Now let's move over. We're going to go 1 and 2 and 3. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, and then the one underneath that, which is, this one's quite a hard one because we've got a lot of space in the middle of the bar. So this one's 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, let's try it together. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, up, down, 2, 3, and 4 and 1, 2, 3, up, down, 2, 3, up, down, 2, 3, up, down, 2, 3, up, down, 2, 3, 4. Okay, awesome. Let's put those together and we're now going to try that with some music. So when we do the play along here, we are going to be playing a number of bars on each one. What you'll notice is there will be a little arrow will pop up when we need to change. Okay, let's try this. so if you need to go over that again, what I want you to do is rewind back in the video and go over that as many times as you need to get really comfortable with playing E minor. You may find that you can actually have a go at playing the proper E minor and take the sponge out. Okay, so just spend some time getting used to playing those strumming patterns. The next thing that we're going to do now is we're going to look at G. Okay, now when we look at the chord shape here, okay, you'll notice that the chords are colored differently. Okay, so if you're using a sponge, okay, you only need to put your fingers on the black dots or the black numbers. If you want to have a go at doing the full chord, you are going to use all three fingers. Okay, so let me just show you easy G first. So I'm just going to put my sponge in. Sometimes you may find that if the sponge gets a little bit dry, you may need to just run it under the tap and just make it a little bit damp. Okay, so to play easy G, what you're going to do is 1, 2, 3, your third finger or your ring finger, you're going to place that on the 3rd fret on the high E string. But when you strum, you don't need to strum the muted strings, you can just strum the top 3 skinny strings. That's easy G. Okay, now if you want to have a go at playing the full chord, I'm just going to take my sponge out here for a second. What you're going to then do is you're going to go 3, then you're going to put your index finger on the 2nd fret on the A string, and then you're going to put your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret on the E string, which will give you this. Okay. Now again, the reason why we use the sponges is to make it easy to play. Okay. If you're using the sponge, please make sure that you are using your 3rd ring finger, because later on you might want to come back and have a go at playing the full thing. Okay, so let's do some strumming patterns with this. Okay, so you can put your sponge back in if you want, or you can do the full version of the chords. Okay, so here's G. Let's just try playing on beats 1 and 2 first of all. Here we go. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay, let's try the next pattern down here, which is 1 and 2 and 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great stuff. Okay. So again, if you want to practice that a little bit more, rewind back and go over that again if you need to. Okay, so we're on to our next play along. Now again, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to develop your strumming hand. So you've got lots of different patterns that you could use. Remember, what you really want to be doing with all of these chords is getting together with other people and playing songs. Okay, so the more patterns you have up your sleeve, the more you can vary things when you play within a group setting. Okay, so what we're going to do here first of all is I'm just going to focus on the patterns that we haven't played yet. Okay, so if we have a look down here on the bottom left, 1 and 2, 4. We'll just do that one first. Here we go. So the counting is 1 and 2, 4. Here we go. 1, 2, join in. 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do the one above that. Okay, so that's 1, 2, and 3. Go. 4. Okay, let's move on up here. Again, if you need to go over that a few more times, just rewind back and go over it until you feel comfortable. Where are we? Okay, over here. So we're going 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You may notice that when I'm strumming there, I'm actually keeping time in the rests. Okay, that's a great way of playing the rests. Okay, there's nothing wrong with doing that. Okay, and it will actually give your groove and your pattern. It'll make it a lot more solid and it makes it easier to play. Okay, let's look underneath this one. So this one's tricky because we've got some offbeats. So again, what I like to do is hear the count first. So I'll go 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 4 and. So I'm counting those rests very quietly. Let's play it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1 and 2, 3, okay, and on to our bottom one here on the right. We're going 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Down, up, down. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, let's now try that with the play along song. So just give me a second. Here we go. It's going to be 4 clicks and then we're in. Great stuff. Okay, now what we're going to do next is we're going to try and go from G to E minor. Now, if you're using a sponge, okay, it's all you need to remember here is, again, you're going to have your sponge underneath here like that. Okay, when you play E minor, you don't need to do anything with this hand. Okay, when you play G, you need to put your ring finger on the 3rd fret on the E string. Okay, so if you're using a sponge, this is actually pretty straightforward. Normally when I do this in a class, what I would do is we'd split the class, half would play G and half would play E minor. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to have a play along with the actual play along file, and if you can go from one chord to the next, great. If you can't, just focus on playing one chord and try and get to the next chord. Okay, so let's just do that together. Okay, first, so what we're going to do is we're going to play G and 1 bar of G and then 1 bar of E minor. Okay, so let's try that. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, E minor, hand off, 2, back to G, 2, back to E minor, 2, back to G. Okay, now again, if you're doing 4 versions of the chord, okay, you need to be using those 3 fingers there. Remember, if you're doing the 4 versions, you're playing the blue dots and the black dot. So let's just do that. Let's do the 4 version for the people that are not using the sponge. Here we go. 2, 3, E minor, 2, 3, G, 2, E minor, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, E minor, 2. Awesome, great. Now we're going to try that with some music. Okay, so again, if you don't forget to put your sponge back in if you're doing the easy versions of the chords. Okay, let's just try get it. Here we go. So we're starting on G. 2, 3, 4. E minor. 1 strum per bar. if you've done both those chords, what I would actually do is just go back and just go over those chords again and get really, really comfortable. We are going to move on now and do some more chords. So this particular lesson is going to take a while to get through, okay? So just take your time. You'll probably find that if you haven't played a lot of guitar before, you'll see that you may get some little indents in your fingers. That's normal. If you find that if you haven't got a plectrum and your hand's getting sore, you can actually make a plectrum out of an old credit card or an old business card. That can just save that hand a little bit. Okay, so let's move on to learning C. So if you're using a sponge, okay, it's very easy to play C. We're going to use our index finger, and we are going to go to the first fret on the B string. Okay, that is, let me just move that up a bit. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to take this out so you can hear the full version of C. If you're doing the full version, you are going to go use your first finger on the first fret on the B string. Then you are going to use your middle finger on the second fret on the D string, and then you're going to use your ring finger on the third fret on the A string. Now it's very important when you play C to not play the low E string. You'll notice on the chord symbol here we have a cross. Okay, if you've got your sponge, and you don't need to worry about this. But if you're going for the full version, you need to make sure you don't play that E. Okay, because that changes the chord slightly. We want that note there. That note you're playing on the middle finger is actually a C, so that really gives a nice root. It gives the root note of the chord there. Okay, great. Let's go straight in. Let's do some rhythm patterns. What we're going to do is we're actually going to jump straight to the play along. We're going to go through these patterns first. Some of them we've done before, and some of them are new. Let's go through them all again, just to be on the safe side. Okay, so this first one's 1 and 2 and 4 and. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, great. Give your hand a rest. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is 1 and 2 and 4 and. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the next one, which we've actually done before, is 1, 2, and 4. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down, down, up, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Okay, one after that, just on the top right, we've got 1 and 2 and 4 and. We've done that one before, but it's not going to hurt us to practice it again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now the next one over here is a tricky one because we've got nothing on beat 1. Okay, so this one's 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Here we 1, 2, let's go. 1, 2. And then the last one, probably the trickiest of them all, is we're just playing on the and of 3 and 4 and. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, let's now play that with the track. Here we go. Great stuff. Okay, so again, if you need to go over that again, rewind back and go over those patterns. I'm going through these quite quickly because I want to give you guys lots of things to practice over this period. Okay, let's move on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put 3 of these chords together, okay, in a song. You won't know this song. Later on, we will be doing songs that you guys know. But first of all, what we've got to do is we've got to get really comfortable moving from one chord to the next and also doing different strumming patterns. Okay, so in this next play along song, we're going to be mixing between E minor, C and G. Okay, so what we'll do first of all is we'll just get comfortable going between E minor and C, and then we'll then move to the G as well. In the song, you can go over the song as many times as you like. Okay, so let's start off with E minor first. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do 1 strum per bar to begin with. We're going to do E minor to C, E minor to C, and then we will go to the G as well. Okay, so remember, if you're using the sponge, you guys are only playing the numbers that are in black. If you're having a go at the 4 versions of the chords, you are doing the black and the blue numbers. Okay, so let's just do E minor to C first, and then with a little bit of G. Here we go. 1, 2, just strumming on 1. Go. 2, 3, C. 2, back to E minor. C. 2, 3, E minor. 2, up to C. Now we're going to go to G now. 2, 3, 4. Back to E minor. 2, then C. 2, back to E minor. 2, 3, 4. I'm giving the time on my right hand. 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to go to G. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's going to be the sequence when we play with the song. It's going to be a wee bit faster. So if you find when you play along with the song it's too fast, just spend a little bit of time just practicing those chords on your own. You could use a metronome if you wanted. Set the metronome quite slow and just practice just moving from one chord to the next. If you're doing that with the sponge, it's going to sound a wee bit different. Okay, so this is with the sponge. So we're going to go 2, 3, C, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Here comes G, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay. The good thing about the sponge is you can play those chords quite easily, and you only need to use one finger. Okay, so feel free to do whatever suits you. Okay, let's play to the play along then. Here we go. Okay, again, if you need to go back and do that again, by all means do. Remember, when you're changing the chords, if you can't quite get the strumming pattern, just focus on one chord per bar. 2, 3, 4. Just get that happening first, and then try the strumming patterns, because there's lots of stuff happening here. You're trying to get these fingers working and into the different chord positions, but also you're trying to do those strumming patterns. So it is really, really difficult. One thing you can practice, and you can do this without making any noise, is just to practice moving the chords with your left hand like this. E minor, C, E minor, C, E minor, C, G. So just getting that on autopilot. Okay, it's like anything like sport or anything like that. It's just getting those muscle memories happening. There's nothing, when you play a musical instrument, it's all about practice and repetition. Very, very similar to sport. Now, let's move on to a new chord. Now, if you're using a sponge, now is the time where you actually have to use 3 fingers. There isn't a cheating way of playing D. So we are going to just have to bear with it and just try and develop those fingers. So to start off with, what you're going to do here is you're going to get your index finger and place it where number 1 is here in the chord diagram. Then you're going to put your third finger next to it, your second finger next to it, and then your third finger just underneath it. Now you'll notice in the chord diagram, we've got the sponge here, okay? If you are not using the sponge, okay, you need to make sure that you strum from the D string down. So we've got E, E, D. Okay, it's a great chord, used in many, many songs like or like other songs like this. Okay, there's loads of songs that we use D in. Okay, so just make sure you are strumming from the D string down. Okay, now what we're going to do here, by now you should be used to most of these patterns. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to jump in and play straight along with the play along. If you need to practice the patterns first, I want you to stop the video and just play through those patterns and get used to them. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so if you struggled with some of that, I want you to go back and go over that again until you feel really, really comfortable. Okay, especially sponge users. Okay, you'll need to get. You've only been using one finger up until now, so you now need to get used to using 3 fingers. Let's move on. We're going to do A minor. So for your sponge users, okay, I'm just going to put my sponge in. Okay, so again, you need to use 2 fingers here. If you're on the sponge, you're going to use your first and your third. If you're doing the normal version of A minor, you are going 1, 2, 3 like that. Now, if you're not using a sponge, you need to be strumming from the A string down. Now, the A string is the second thick string that's closest to your chin here. You want to avoid playing the E, otherwise you get this. We want that low. We want that nice low A on the bottom of the chord. Okay, so once you've got that happening, let's move on to the strumming pattern. Okay, what I want you to do, if you can't play any of these, I want you to stop, pause, and just play through these strumming patterns first before you play along with me and the play along. Here we go. Great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to mix together the 3 chords that we've just learned: A minor, E minor, and D. Okay. Again, remember, if you're using the sponge, you are playing the black numbered dots. If you're having to go all the full chords, great. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Okay. So what we're going to do first, before we play along with the song, like we did with the previous one, is we're just going to strum 1 chord per bar and just focus on moving from 1 chord to the next. So let's just do A minor to E minor. We're going to do that a few times, and then we will move to D. D is kind of like a turnaround chord. So what we're going to do first, A minor to E minor. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. A minor to E minor. Back to A minor. E minor. Back to A minor. E minor. Now we're going to go to D. Back to A minor. E minor. A minor. E minor. A minor. E minor. Then we're going to go to D. Okay, let's try that with the song. D. Awesome. So what we're going to do next is we're going to play to a play-along medley that mixes up all the chords that we've done so far. And it is also going to be utilizing some songs that you guys already know. Okay, so again, when we go through these, you can use the sponge. When I demonstrate these, I'm not going to use the sponge. I'm just going to play the full versions of the chords. So again, just make sure you are playing the black numbers if you're using the sponge. So our first pattern is going to be E minor, C, G, and D. Okay, let's just go over that first. Okay, really, really slowly. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, E minor, 2, then we're going to go to C, 2, then we're going to go to G, and then D, back to E minor, and 2, 3, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Great. Now what I want you to do is just stop the video and just play that on your own for a few moments and get used to that. Okay. When we play along with the song, it's going to be a wee bit faster. Okay. So it's really important you've got really comfortable with changing chords. Okay. So let's try pattern 2 now. So pattern 2 is E minor, C, G, and then A minor. Okay. Sometimes changing chords, you may find that going from one chord to a different chord may give you some trouble. So it's important that you take some time to get used to that and work out how you can move your fingers. Okay. Again, like I mentioned earlier in the video, you could even just do the left hand on its own. So E minor, C, G, A minor. Just get those fingers used to moving independently before you add the strumming hand. Okay, let's just try this first. So E minor, C, G, and A minor. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor, 2, then C, 2, then G, then A minor, back to E minor, then C, G, and then A minor. Great, okay. Now, we're going to go straight into the medley now, okay? You may notice there are some rhythmic things here, okay? So some of the chords might come a little bit before the beat. So if you can't quite work out what's happening there, just try and use your ears and just try and lock into what's happening. Again, with the strumming patterns, you can just strum one chord per bar, or you can try and make up your own strumming patterns. Go over this next medley as many times as you need to. You may find that once you play through it once, you need to stop and then go back and play the chords really slowly on your own. Okay. Remember, if this is your first time playing guitar and you haven't done it before, if you've got this far, that's brilliant. Okay. So remember, what we're trying to do here is learn some songs so that you guys can get together and play in bands. And that is why we do this. Okay, cool. So let's play. Here we go. C, G, D. Here we go.
Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war, you can talk the guy, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock, yeah. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself standing in the Hall of Fame, yeah. And the world's gonna know your name, yeah. Cause you burn with the God's flame, yeah. And the world's gonna know your name, yeah. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. Go the distance, you can run the mile, you can walk straight through the sun.
somewhere and it lays us better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove. You're in a fast car. I got a plan. On the other side of you, I've been working. I like them being sore. Managed to save just a little bit of money. Won't have to drive too far. Just across the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs. Finally see what it means to be living. You're in a fast car. Fast enough so we can fly away. We gotta make a decision. Live tonight, die this way. So fast, but I like I was drunk. See, I'd say out before. See, I'm for nights wrapped around my shoulder. I had a feeling that I belong. I had a feeling that I could be someone.
Great. Okay, so just remember we've done a lot in this particular lesson. We've covered a lot of chords. E minor, C, G, D, A minor. We've done lots of strumming patterns. So make sure if you need to go over anything, go back in the video, go over it again until you're really, really comfortable. You may find that your fingers hurt a bit. That is actually quite normal. So don't worry about that. We will be, once you've worked through this, we can then start looking at some other songs that you guys might know. A lot of the chords that we've covered today are in many, many popular songs that you guys are listening to. So I will be posting some extra videos where you can play along to some more songs. Must thank Musical Futures based in Australia, who share all these resources and PowerPoints with me. And yeah, have fun, practice hard, and I'll see you at school soon.